kind of like everything that I've been kind of pulling out of the Holy Father's teaching from his apostolic letter on the Christian meaning of human suffering, really involves a natural and a supernatural meaning of suffering. And it all comes in together. You know, because it's not just enough to be dealing with this. We cannot deal with this just on our own power, on our own steam, or just on a natural level. We got to have the supernatural level. That's what raises it up. That's what elevates it. That's what shines light on it. That's what gives us power to move through it and to be transformed by it. So this is the key. And the Holy Father has a lot to say about that, about the natural and the supernatural meaning of suffering. He puts it like this. This is the meaning of suffering, which is truly supernatural and at the same time human. It is supernatural because it's rooted in the divine mystery of the redemption of the world. And it is likewise deeply human because in it, the person discovers himself, his own humanity, his own dignity, and his own mission. That's the key. For us to get fired up about the mission that Jesus has for us, for everybody. Now, some of you, I don't know, some of you's got vocations out there. There might be a priest out there. I don't know. I mean, look at me. This was not my idea. You know, maybe there's a Franciscan out there, a Dominican, a Benedictine. I don't know. Maybe there's a cute little nun running around out there. I don't know. Maybe one of you will be a deacon out there. I don't know. Maybe one of you will be out there, a consecrated brother. I don't know. But that's not what I'm talking about. Maybe that's what it is, what God has for you. But maybe he has something else. Maybe he wants you to marry one person, not another person. Maybe he don't want you to get married. Maybe he wants you to get married. I don't know. Maybe he wants you to be single. I don't know. But to get in touch, and no matter whatever the state of life is, everybody got to suffer. Rich or poor, single or married, priest or religious. It don't matter. Everybody got to suffer. But that's the beauty of it. And when the supernatural, providential movements of God's will in our lives helps us to discover the beauty of this, then we really have a renewed sense of our dignity and of our mission. The Holy Father continues, suffering is certainly part of the mystery of man. Perhaps suffering is not wrapped up as much by man is by this mystery, which is an especially impenetrable one. Now, we can't penetrate this. The Second Vatican Council, says the Holy Father, expressed this truth that only in the mystery of the incarnate Word does the mystery of man take on light. He loves repeating this. He must say this like in all of his documents and his writings and his encyclicals and apostolic letters and his speeches and his homilies. Only in the mystery of the incarnate Word does the mystery of man take on light. In fact, Christ, the final Adam, by the revelation of the mystery of the Father and his love, fully reveals man to himself and makes his supreme calling clear. If these words refer to everything that concerns the mystery of man, then they certainly refer in a very special way to human suffering. Precisely at this point, the revealing of man to himself and making his supreme vocation clear is particularly indispensable. It also happens, as experience proves, that this can be particularly dramatic. But when it is completely accomplished and becomes the light of human life, it is particularly blessed. Through Christ and in Christ, the riddles of sorrow and death grow meaningful. Through Christ and in Christ, the riddles of sorrow and death grow meaningful. Meaning in the riddles of sorrow, the things that make me sad, and even in death itself. You think that you're the only one that gotta suffer? You think that you're the only one with pain to suffer? Everybody gotta think they gotta suffer. And in Christ, the riddles of sorrow, and even the ultimate riddle of death, meaning grows and flourishes. Beautiful.
Heaven the stairway.